Good afternoon, everyone. It is Monday, June 15th, and welcome to our Proudly Pro-Life webcast. We're streaming live on Facebook today, and Holly has an esteemed guest with her today, and I think that this little guest might end up stealing the show, but we're going to talk about post-primary follow-up today and go from there. So welcome. And Holly.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I mean, what is a kitten except cuteness on steroids? No matter how bad a day you might be having, if you've got a kitten or cats, I'm a cat person, your day is just a better day. So this is Sammy. We're not sure if this is Samuel or Samantha. Gotta get it to the vet, but this is a rescue. Found extremely malnourished under a business, and I'm fostering. I'm lying to myself is what I'm doing. I'm not fostering. I'm keeping this bitty kitty, and Sammy is integrating fairly well with Dolly and Sylvia. They're not all that happy about. Here comes Sylvia. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I think I'm going to put Sammy down on the floor right now. Sylvia's looking very unhappy. All right. So anyway, welcome. Welcome to what happened? Let's see what happened to my hair. Oh my goodness. Well, why don't we should just have some background music. Can you play just the two of us?
Oh, I wish I could. Oh my gosh. Wow.
We're not that advanced yet. But anyway, so welcome to the Proudly Pro-Life South Carolina Citizens for Life webcast. We try to do this at 3 o'clock on most Mondays. And of course, last week we had our show on the importance of voting. And last Tuesday was the primary elections in South Carolina, and our endorsed candidates, all but 3 won outright. 2 are in a runoff, and only one, Representative Kit Spires, was defeated, and we're very sorry we lost. Representative Spires, stellar, hardcore pro-life supporter and voter. I will say that his opponent, named Ryan McCabe, is strongly pro-life. So yes, we lost an incumbent, but we did not lose a pro-life vote, and that's politics, folks. So Sally?
Yeah, so here in Orangeburg County, Senate seat 39 is open now because Senator John Matthews has decided not to file for re-election. He's retiring. So that seat is open. There is a Republican who, by the name of Tom Connor, who is running for that seat, and then he will be facing one of the two candidates that will be in the runoff into next week. So, but we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here in Orangeburg County, and of course, Joe Wilson. He won his primary as well, and a portion of his district, U.S. District 2, does come into Orangeburg County, and then the rest of the county is made up of U.S. District 6, which is, of course, Jim Clyburn's district, but he does have a challenger, so I'm looking forward to learning more about his challenger for here in Orangeburg. Oh, hold on, Holly. Just got to unmute you. Oh, hold on, folks. Hold on. We can't get sound. Okay, there you go, Holly.
All right. Okay, so
Blame it on Sylvia.
yeah, I have kitten brain. What can I say? This week, you are people are subscribers to our email tree, and people who visit our Facebook page and our social media regularly. We will have an update on the runoffs.
Mhm.
Um, and then we will take a little bit of a break, and then we'll start back with information on how the elections are shaping up for November.
Yeah.
That's what South Carolina Citizens for Life, it's one of the three major things that we do. Education, legislation, and political action. And this is our political action season where we endorse pro-life candidates and take positions for legislation. We take positions on different pieces of legislation. Right now, this week, I will be meeting with Representative John McCravy to go over a piece of legislation called the Abortion Pill Reversal Act. And it would require the abortionist to give information to the abortion client about how how it is possible to reverse abortion pill before it's too late. It's called RU486, or the abortion pill. And we're going to have some interesting times after November. National Right to Life, I will tell you, National Right to Life endorsed President Trump for reelection almost a year ago. We endorsed him on January the 4th, 2019, at our board meeting at the convention that was here in Charleston, here in South Carolina, just outside of Charleston. And I know many of you were able to come. And if you want more information about President Donald Trump's record, pro-life record, it's on the National Right to Life webpage, and it's on our webpage too as well, correct?
I can double check that. I'll probably have to re-add, upload it. Yeah.
We'll have it up soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does have a pro-life record, and we've seen that. And of course, there are people that have been that may not care for President Trump's demeanor, but we have to look at his record and what he has done in regards to life-saving legislation. And so Holly, he reinstated the Mexico City policy, didn't he? And what does the Mexico City policy mean? What is it?
He not only reinstated it, he expanded it, and it says that U.S. dollars cannot be used to pay for abortions overseas. And he even took it out of family planning, quote unquote, because what third world countries need.
Oh, hold on, Holly. Okay, I just unmuted you. You're good.
Okay, what third world countries need is not abortion, not contraception. They need clean drinking water. They need food. They need medical supplies.
Yeah.
And this whole agenda of Planned Parenthood to say, when you start using abortion and when you start using population control, then we'll give you food. That is evil.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely evil. And President Trump recognizes this, and he has done a magnificent job with the pro-life issues, defunding and also promoting the pro-life message.
What are some of the other things that he has done in order to promote the pro-life message? Maybe we've heard about, we've learned about the Mexico City policy. What else has he done?
He has, a very important thing, he has said that Title 10 funds, which is family planning, okay, Title 10 funding cannot go to any organization that is affiliated in the same space with an abortion business. So, and then what happened, and he told Planned Parenthood, you stop doing abortions and you get family planning money. And what Planned Parenthood did was say, we don't want Title 10 money. Why? Because we're not going to stop doing abortions in the same building where we do family planning. So, and I don't have the long list in front of me right now, but we'll have it up on our website, and you can see all the great things that he's done. Oh, and he's also strongly criticized the policies of letting older people die of the coronavirus in nursing homes. And, he said all life is precious. And he is very much opposed to euthanasia, assisted suicide, or even that mentality that says that just, an old person has been here long enough, just let them go, let them go. So, he supports us on that. And all we can say is vote for President Donald Trump.
And that mirrors a lot of what I had mentioned last week in our interview, is that, the life you save may be your own.
That's right.
As being in the pro-life movement, of course, we look at the importance of preserving the lives of our unborn children. We need them. We need them here, because without them, again, we won't have the next generation. So, to populate the earth. I mean, we look at the Population Research Institute and the numbers, and we're going into a negative rate. I mean, that's not good. So when we're looking at the pro-life movement, it's not just babies. It is the older population, the infirmed, those who live with disabilities, or what I call abilities beyond mine. So, because people with what perceived disabilities, they learn how to do things that I don't know if I could ever figure out. So anyway, yeah, so that's great. So I'll make sure to have all that up on the website, and go from there. So Holly, what's next?
Yeah, so, not every one of you may know that Sally is a fertility care specialist. And so she knows a lot about a lot of statistics about fertility rates. And for example, France has reached a tipping point where it has not replaced its population. And once a country reaches a tipping point, which the United States has not yet, but it's at a danger point. So once you reach a tipping point, it takes 700 years to recover your population. The pro-aborts they're killing their future. It makes no sense. But it's basically about a population control mindset, and a disrespect for human life. So this is something that, if you are interested in this subject of population control and tipping points and the dangers of what happens to a country when the country is not replacing its population, there's a lot of extremely good and interesting information online. We particularly recommend Steve Mosier. of the Population Research Institute, PRI.org, I believe.
I believe
And
so. Right.
like you can get enormous amounts of scholarly, credible, academically credible information about population control and the threat and the danger it is to the freedom of a country.
Right. And so many people think, well, that's happening in Australia or that's happening in New Zealand. That'll never happen here. Well,
No.
right. Because it's happening in Canada. It's happening here in this country. And I'll tell you, I've sat through a couple of Steve Mosier's speeches, his talks at the National Right to Life Convention, and I have learned so much. He's fascinating to listen to because he's fast paced, and I find myself sitting there writing down, trying to get all the numbers and getting all the facts. And in between Steve Mosier and Wesley Smith, they're both incredibly brilliant minds that I've learned so much from. And that's one of the things, for those of you that are out there watching this today, that Wesley Smith, he writes regularly for the National Right to Life News Today. So, and you can go into National Right to Life News Today, put in Wesley Smith, or you can even just Google his name. He's a JD, right, Holly?
Correct, he is.
So just Google him and start reading some of his works. I mean, you'll learn so much. You think you know what you think you know, but then you find out that there's a lot more to learn. And that's one of the great things about being human, is that we never stop learning.
Well, and for people who get most of their information from the institutional news media, you don't know what's going on.
No.
And you have to educate yourself in these. And there are brilliant scholars out there, and they are all accessible to National Right to Life, National Right to Life News. If you're not subscribed to NRL News Today and National Right to Life News, the monthly publication, absolutely, please subscribe, because that will help you stay informed more than anything else.
And didn't National Right to Life News Today, didn't they include the article that Mary Kate wrote?
Yes, the most recent, right, the June edition, or I would call it the issue. The June issue has Mary Kate's very personal experience of being an intern in a pro-life office, and highly recommend that subscribe and read.
That's right. So, but with that, just kind of jumping off onto Mary Kate. Oh, we're panning over to a kitten. There's going to be a cuteness shot, folks. Watch out. Oh,
wait a minute. How do I do this?
It's going to turn. Oh, it's Dolly. Cuteness alert. Oh my goodness. Oh, there she is. So pretty.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay.
Okay,
You're
so
being featured. You're a Facebook star. Okay. All right.
back to the book, just kind of jumping off with regards to Mary Kate, and she's working hard on that Choose Life SC car tag campaign. So just kind of putting out that little PR hit, that if you don't have your Choose Life SC plate and always thought that, you know what, maybe I'd like to get one. Remember, we had it redesigned 2 years ago, and it's got the little Choose Life kids on it, and you can see a picture of it on our website. So let's see, it would be under events as well as Choose Life SC, and you can see what the plate looks like. It's great, guys. And you're also helping pregnancy care centers as well. So that's our way to be able to give back to the pregnancy care centers for all the work that they're doing. Because it's one way that if a person doesn't know, or if they're if they're saying, well, gee, I'd like to give to this pregnancy care center and that pregnancy care center, and oh, I'd like to give to them all, but you're just saying your checkbook is going to be dry. The car tag is a great way to do it, and it's a great way to put out the pro-life message as well, because no matter where you go, someone's going to see it. Whether you're here in South Carolina or you're out of state, it's a great witness to life.
Your car is a rolling billboard
So
with your Choose Life SC tag.
And it only costs you your registration fee. So $35 in the registration fee. If it was a billboard, you wanted to take out a billboard, that would cost you probably 4 figures. So $35 plus your normal registration fee is not much to ask. But so look for those little posts that Mary Kate's going to be putting up. She wanted to give everybody a bit of a break last week because of everything with the primary and not wanting to inundate our social media folks and our donors with too much information. So this week you'll be able to start seeing a couple more of those, and there are action items you can take. So they're little questions that, please feel free to answer them on social media. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So you can take part in any way of those little action items that she has there for you. So anyway, I think that's it on my end, Holly. What else would you like to share with our folks today?
If you have a candidate in a runoff election, which is June the 23rd, it's very important to, and runoffs are notoriously low voter turnout. So it is important. If you support someone in a runoff, it is very important to vote in the runoff, as inconvenient as it may be. Resist the temptation to say, look, I voted once, go vote in the runoff.
It's our civic duty, and one that we get to exercise. It's great. So, all right, well, with that, we'll close off for today, and this video will be posted on to our email tree, so you'll get that. In case you're not on Facebook, you'll be seeing this in your email. And please feel free to share it with your friends and family. We'll also have the video posted on our Facebook page. I think I forgot to post last week's, not our Facebook page, but our web page. I think I forgot to post last week's video on our web page, so I'll be getting both of those up today for you to be able to view and share. And be sure to poke around our website, because we have some great information about all the different pieces of legislation that's been passed so far here in South Carolina. And it's a great way to educate yourself. And if you have questions, please email us. You can email info@sclife.org, info@sclife.org. And that's it from me, folks. Holly?
Is Kona around?
What was that?
Is Kona around?
Kona is my dog. Kona is my dog, folks. She's a beautiful, gorgeous dog, but she is otherwise asleep on her bed in the living room.
Okay. Well, we don't want to disturb her.
She's very independent and very isolatory, but when it's time for her walk, there's no way of getting rid of her. So she knows. But thanks.
Well, maybe on another program.
Yep, on another program.
Our loyal viewers can meet the beautiful Kona Zaleski.
Yes, she is gorgeous. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day. Holly is giving the paw lick in honor of Sammy, Sylvia, and Dolly.
Yes,
and from me, Sally Zaleski, the Executive Office Manager of South Carolina Citizens for Life, we bid you a wonderful day and stay safe. Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.